we got some stuff painted. We're gonna try and put it back together now. But for now, we're going out of town tomorrow evening with this sucker, and so it has to have its parts back on. So we're gonna put this back on. These are the little clips that we used to take it off. Now we're just gonna slide those back in there and put it back on, right? These clips right here, they go right here, one right here, one right there. So you're just gonna slide up there, kind of like maybe like a clothespin. See, see it's got an opening?
You have to push that in. I don't know if you have to do it, put it back or not.
Okay, well let's just see. Pops down into that, right? Okay, so here's what we figured out. The top little groove, you have to start it in the slot first. Don't push these in yet. You gotta, if you don't start that in the slot, it won't feed up in there. Does that make sense? So you got to have it down in there first before you push this in. That's what connects it. You see what we did? So you can't put this in first and think that'll work. You gotta start this and then slide. And we're in. Oh, I like that much better when it's on. Oh, seeing the light at the end of the very dark tunnel, and I don't think it's a train this time. All right, now let's move on. Let me go get the other two parts. We have to put these two on first. Okay, so this is tricky. See this wire right there in the middle? Not the shiny one, but the other one needs to go down into the center valley. There's a little valley in between that's open, an opening. That one, the one that's kind of dull looking, goes in that center spot. These others, you just simply move out of the way, right? And then you simply push it up on there. This has to slide up under here before you connect that down.
You took two of these out. There were four of those you took out of somewhere.
Okay, this was a little, you know what, to get on here, we got the wires up in there, and we were kind of thinking this hole goes right here, but it does not. It stops right here at that piece right there, okay? The front end of it should stop right at the front, it should stop right there. Now, before you put your flank, I don't know what you call this, but before you put this on, you have to slide your cover, your gas tank cover back in. Now this has a little groove, like a drawer pull, okay? So all you do is simply put it on the drawer pull. That's it. And slide it in, and look at there. Ta-da! Now, it's not connected yet, so you have to get your flank, or whatever you call it. This goes on over here, under this. These are going to screw down, and then these are your Christmas trees again. Remember, we took off those earlier. So now we're going to find the screws, and we're going to screw that back in. I'm going to go ahead and put the Christmas trees back in there because that's super simple. I mean, nothing. And remember, these go a certain way. They're not just round. Okay, hump, hump. A boy part. And you gotta look for the hump again. I think it just go right in. And push. Ta-da! Okay. Line up your Christmas trees again. And it doesn't matter which part, if you put the round part in first and then the second part if you put it in together. Literally, it goes either way. Okay, now let me find my other flank. Somebody should tell me what this thing's called, and I'll call it a flank. Since I don't know what its official title is. Just line those puppies up. Project.
What are those tools?
Remember, this is our little Christmas tree puller I told you about. It's actually an auto trim thing. I got this set off Amazon. And this one is being quite contrary. There we go. So line them up again. Stick that puppy in there. Okay. And then we'll do the same thing up here again. The nails don't help a bit, but don't they look nice against the back? I couldn't do this without good nails because I just couldn't. I did. Okay, now you can close your gas door. Look at there, it closed. Hallelujah, happy day. Okay, what part's next?
Hey.
This is. Huh?
Oh, Halloween effect.
I see that. Okay, this is the frunk. So when you take these two screws out, this little bar across here also comes off. To put this back on, you have to hook the frunk underneath this piece of plastic. Then you gotta lay that little bar, I call it a torture bar, it's a good word for it, and then you have to attempt to put the two screws in there while not being able to see in the dark, and then find a small enough screwdriver that will give you enough leeway to actually turn the little, you know what. I'm not sure who invented this, but I am going to make a voodoo doll of them immediately because this is a joke. If you push it too far, you just don't have a front cover anymore because you're going to pop that right off and it's going to be gone forever and ever and ever. But somehow I managed to get it on there. So it's crooked. I missed a screw. Oh my God, I missed a screw. Okay, all right, there's no other word except this is a biatch. That's just all there is to it. Okay, this is how you get the frunk lid on and off. Don't take these screws out. Just leave that there. This thing, if you'll watch it slowly, see what it does as it moves? It's your bearing, I don't know what you'd call it. This lid simply snaps in underneath this. I don't really know what the purpose is other than allows the grooves to move. See? That's all that thing does. So don't do like I did and take this thing off. Oh, it has screws, I'm gonna take that out of there because it's hard to get back in. Don't do that. It just simply unsnaps. Okay? Very good. Okay, moving on. Yay! That was a nightmare. One little bitty thing was so difficult to do. Oh my God. We are. Okay, now we're fixing to put the air filter side on the left. This is the one that gave us so much trouble because I undid the screws and the screws don't have anything to do with it. So before we painted it, I popped this air filter out, and so you don't want to paint it with it in there.
Up above here, up in the top of this, right there where that pink groove is, you can't really see it. There is a plastic molded part. Just fits over. There's a little lip, kind of like this trunk thing. There's a lip. This goes over it. You come down here. All this should be lined up. These little pink, these tabs right here on the side, they're pink, fit on the side. And then these little metal snaps just pop in there. Like that. That's all I do. It's pretty much like a car.
Guess how many cars I've worked on in my life? 0.
It's like putting a filter in a car.
So I'm learning. I don't think I've ever done that either. Yeah, I'm learning. I am learning.
Front one's easier to push in.
Okay, hang on. Okay.
It's shut. Now that's the little screw that fell out when riding it home.
Yes. So when you put this back in here, you have to make sure you hit that hole, because if you don't,
you have to push
and you're
hard
driving down the road, that sucker will go bouncy, bouncy, bouncy.
Is push it in hard, and you can feel it tighten down.
And now I stick my finger back there, make sure
it's like a solid turn or turn and a half.
Road. And look for this.
No, that's in there. That's about all it does. It's about a half a turn. Then it's really
okay.
Don't lose it.
Yeah, don't lose
It'll fall open on your knee. And a little pin will fall out in the road. And if you're going down the freeway, too bad. So sad.
This, if you don't have one of these, this is the coolest little thing I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen one before. And all the little parts go right back here, and they're just right there. I don't know what you call it, but I just call it that little miracle thing.
little star sockets.
And they're all right there. Isn't that cool? Oh my goodness, it's just way cool.
Edits I have to do.
Because
Make you look smarter.
you do see the hair color, right? It may not be original, but it has seeped into my brain. We'll just go with that. Anyway, stay tuned.
You put
I have more?
Your hubcap covers.
Oh my God, I have more. I thought I was done. Oh, dear Lord. I thought we were done. Well, and so how did you say we were going to put these in here? Which I just happened to have.
It doesn't look like it's even close.
Okay, whoops. Oh dear. Okay. Well, and that, I done messed that one up. It's a good thing I have extra. Okay, so rubber mallet does not work. It knocked the paint off. Figuring out something.
You might have to cut it with the wire cutter. So I'm going to cut these with wire cutters in two places, about halfway up.
Where'd you get those?
I don't know.
Amazon. Those are chair grips. 1.5 inch chair grips. Somebody on Facebook told me about it, so over it because I tried that a while ago and I messed up the paint. And then ta-da! $8.95 and one extra.
And if they fly out, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, if you lose it, it's not a big deal.